talk in Spanish. My English is not as...
He will speak about the PopRockLab in Austria. Alessandro, your turn.
Okay, here I am. So, I would like to start with a short promotional video of SFOM. Can you see the video?
Yes.
Well, so this was a promotional video of SFOM, as I said before. We are trying lately to promote the school by the social networks more than we were doing in the past. Because we think it's important to be on the air. Let's start from. I want to start from SFOM briefly from SFOM philosophy. The main objective of SFOM philosophy is the promotion of practical music, the promotion of collective practice, and the production of live music of the students. We believe that the main wish, the main desire of almost all the students who approach an instrument or who enroll in a school of music is, yes, of course, is to learn to play an instrument, but maybe the main desire is to play music, really play music, live music with other people. So we put the accent really on this, and this is the core of our philosophy, of our action. Let's say that the offer of SFOM is the core of the offer of the school is focused on the labs. We have every year we have an average of 10 to 15 labs that we offer to our students. There are some theoretical laboratories, but the most of them are practical and based on different genres of music. We go from ancient music to ethnical music to jazz to rock, pop, and so on. Because, as I said, the most important thing for us is to allow our students to play with others, really play live music. Well, let's go in deep in my lab. The rock pop lab was born started in 2005, I guess. And at the beginning, it was really a simple laboratory, a classical ensemble class, and there was just one level. We passing the years, the lab evolved in some way, and at the time there are two different levels of this lab. The first level, who is dedicated to beginners students, and the second level, who is for advanced, more advanced students. As a general description, it's a trip around the world of rock and pop from the 50s to today. I really try to let them get in touch with different styles of music according to the period of time. For example, in 2014, the theme of the lab was on soul and R&B. In 2015, it was on blues and country rock. On 2016, it was a special edition because I planned the lab in cooperation with a string department, and so the lab was the band of the lab was a rock band with a string quartet, and it was a very nice experience, and it was called SFOM POPROCKLAB with strings. In 2017 and 18, it was on Afro rock and Afrobeat, and in the last 2 years, 2019 and 20, it was based on the music of the musical movie, The Commitments, by Alan Parker. I don't know if you know this movie, but I suggest you, if you have never seen it, to watch it. So I try to give a wide insight on a variety of styles of music to the students. The second level, as I was saying, has the goal of really producing a show, a concert. So it has a definite theme. So I am planning the theme for this year, even if we are not sure if we'll be able to do these labs for in person. I'm thinking about anyway to a good theme for this year. So I was saying it's a classical class of ensemble music. We have two different levels. Now I would like to show you another short video. So as you've seen the video, as you can see, we put the maximum effort in producing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We can hear.
Okay. We put maximum effort in producing live music and give students the opportunity to play in different situations. So I would like to talk about who is the lab for. It's open to internal and external students. So at the beginning of the year, each teacher of the school of SFOM describes the workshop available for that year and suggest his students what laboratory to follow. We try with this. We try to give our students a solid and varied musical culture. And also, it's open to external students. So people who are not enrolled in SFOM can join the laboratories, paying a fee. And obviously, it's open to any kind of students, any kind of people, amateur and also students whose aim is to become a professional. Our school is not a professional school, but we give some skills to students to maybe become a professional in the future. Another important thing is that we have, I have in my labs, and we all have in our labs, students of any age. I found myself in some time with students of 15 years old with adults 60 years old, and it was very, very nice to see them sharing the stage, playing together. These differences really disappear while playing together in a band, and I think this is very, very important. Yes, that's what I said before. In the laboratory, I find students with some background of experience in playing in a band, but also students at their first experience. Everyone has the chance to improve. Obviously, there are different level. There is a different level of competencies in students for a first level and for the second level. As I said, this lab is every school year. It lasts 7 months, and it's 1 hour once a week or 2 hours every 2 weeks. It depends on the structure the head of the lab decide. Let's go in deep in the work plan. At the first meeting, students meet each other, introduce themselves to each other, and teacher describes the workshop, gives a general description of the workshop, of the work plan, and of the rules. And then it goes to selecting the repertoire. This is a nice thing, I think, about this lab, because in the first level, I usually give the opportunity to the students to suggest the tunes to be played, to be studied in the lab. I think this is important for them because they feel a part. They feel more a part of the experience. They feel important. Generally, when a youngster is listened by an adult, it's something important for him. For the second level, it's different because, as I said before, there is a theme, the particular theme for that year. So the repertoire is decided by me, and that's it. The first meeting is also dedicated to a first session of listening to some of the tunes. So I start a discussion, a confrontation among the students, and they speak and they discuss about the different aspects related to the tunes, the sound, the style, the arrangement, the orchestration, and so on. The subsequent meetings go more in deep in the matter. An important aspect of this is that during the year, each instrument teacher help his students to study the parts for every laboratory the students join. So that's the same for my lab. I don't give written parts, because I think that it's very important for this kind of music, rock and pop, that this music is played by ear, it's played by heart. And also because it's, generally speaking, it's a good practice to develop one's ear. So, so as I said, in the subsequent meetings, the work is on the tunes. We analyze the form, we analyze the arrangement, the instruments involved, and then we go more in deep in the musical in matters. We talk about the key, the time signature, and well, going on. the construction of the song is achieved by addressing one section at a time. This is very important for the students to learn, because we all, many of us, I think, have the experience of playing in a band in a garage. The first problem a band like that face is that most of the time there are mistakes. The band must stop, something goes wrong, and nobody knows what's happening. So I teach them a system of how to really to rehearse. And so I teach them to study a section of the tune until it's perfect. And then after that, I say, okay, now let's go to the next section. So the section are put together, and so this is the way I teach them to work on the tunes. So one section at a time is worked, and as each section is fine-tuned, they are added one at a time, rehearsing by blocks of sections. Another practice is this is another important practice, dividing the practice in sections. I let the rhythm section practice their part before, and then I add all other instruments, voices and horns, strings, if there is any. Let's say, well, while rehearsing, I pay a particular attention to the gesture. I teach them how to be on stage, the ability to be on stage, because we think that it's very important to teach this to the students. It's not just being on stage and playing. You really play a show, so you are in front of a public, of an audience, and you have to behave in a good way. So I give particular attention to the dress code, the gestures, appropriate attitude, the right balance between enthusiasm and composure, posture, sense of measure in any reaction they have on stage. Something very important I teach them is to keep their ears and their eyes always open while performing. Because if you keep your ears open, you can always control what's going on, have a contact with the other members of the band. It helps to be together all the time. And also the ear, the eye contact is very important. Cues while playing are very important when there is a changing of section. It's important that everybody look to each other, so everybody is sure that thing is happening. So this is mostly what I. Another aspect is I teach singers to learn what the text, what the I don't know the name, but yeah, let's say the text of the song mean, because it makes really a difference if you know what you are singing or not. Well, as I said, the aim, the goal of this lab is, of course, playing shows and concerts at the end of the year. It's important to play shows and concerts also to create a solid relationship with the local community, and these are the goals of my lab and of the other SFOM lab. The production of music shows to give students the opportunity of making music with peers, to create a solid relationship with the local community, playing live shows in Aosta and in the Valle d'Aosta region, create this thing important with the community and with the environment. Also, as I said before, teach students a methodology for managing a band of their own, and create a virtuous mechanism of spontaneous birth of new musical groups of young people. Teaching students to be able to manage a band, give them the strength to be able to have a band of their own. And we have several examples of these. In the last years, several bands were born within the school, and this is very important for us. To end, these are the skills that are improved with Maya, with SFOM labs: sense of responsibility, respect, empathy, communication, teamwork, initiative, problem solving, organization, dedication, creativity, reliability, listening, passions, relaxation, concentration and focus, time, feel, and ear training. It's a long list, and it will be necessary to have a specific meeting to talk about all of this. We don't have this time today. Well, I would like to close my presentation showing you a short video of my students. There we go. Okay. I've finished my presentation. So if you have any question,